Joker.
Or like Patrick Starr.
That as well.
Orthodox and southpaw, like you mentioned earlier. Oh! Kirsten swarming early, slams her into the post.
And that's what you get out of a fighter with a mixed martial arts background. You got a lot of clinching, a lot of grappling, and a lot of aggression.
And with all of the trash talk that Lil Kymchii threw at Kirsten, I mean, I'd fight a little bit dirty as she pushes. Whoa! Ground and pound from the mixed martial artist.
A little bit of extracurriculars there.
Kirsten with a determined expression on her face as she tries to take the center here.
Absolutely.
Oh!
A big right hand from Kirsten there during that exchange.
Wild wailing from both females. Kymchii struggling to get anything going in this first round.
Yeah, if you're Kymchii here, you have to hunker down and show off that technicality you were talking about at the press conference.
Once again, Kirsten pushing Kymchii backwards, isolating and grappling the arms. Out of the rings, these females almost go.
Absolutely, and it's a valiant strategy in a 3-round fight.
Listen, a lot of people will criticize Kirsten's approach, but I love that she has broken almost every boxing rule in the book.
It's something that a lot of people have wanted to see out of some of the MMA fighters that have transitioned to boxing, is using that background to your advantage.
True. Oh, bit of a clash of heads there. They're tying up once again, Kirsten.
These girls are tough.
If you're Kymchii, though, you need to maintain distance. You cannot keep rushing into the pocket because Kirsten's just going to clinch up.
You do, and I would imagine this is a bit of a shell shock. It's hard to prepare with sparring partners that are going to have this
type of approach.
Yeah, this is an interesting approach.
Kymchii forearm on the throat. Interesting strategy. This bout is dirty, Zach.
It is, and I like that. Get a little bit aggressive. Match that energy.
Now, if you're in Lil Kymchii's corner, what advice might you be suggesting?
Take a few deep breaths, calm down, and get back to the basics. Work on the fundamentals that we've been drilling all camp.
And if you're in Kirsten's corner, is it continue to break rules and be wild?
It absolutely is, because that's where her advantage lies as a mixed martial artist. It's in that aggression. It's in the grappling department up close. I would say to work more on the inside rather than resorting to holding those.
Saw some replays there moments ago from round number 1. It's crazy. It's wild. It's influencer boxing, Zach.
It is, and it has a bit of a rough and rowdy feel.
That's very true. Round 2 between Kirsten and Lil Kymchii. Lil Kymchii was so vocal that this was going to be a dominating performance. Up until this point, she has not gotten a chance to prove anything.
That she has not.
Kymchii rushing in, strikes to the back of the head, now tying up is Kirsten.
A different start to the previous round where Kirsten was the aggressor. Here, Kymchii coming forward, throwing big strikes. Shots.
Kirsten trying with a jab, ducks under that one. Once again, we're clinching. Kirsten retreats. Kymchii, nice jab attempt right there.
Kirsten going back to coming forward, showing off that aggression.
If you're Lil Kymchii, maybe you try and make Kirsten walk onto a shot with how much forward pressure she's trying to apply to Kymchii.
Absolutely. She's certainly off balance when she's missing some of those shots, so that would be a wise strategy, Ben.
Once again, Kirsten clinching Lil Kymchii, overhook with that right arm. Referee separation.
A few referee warnings, but yet to have a point deduction or anything of that nature here. I think Kirsten needs to keep going back to that well of coming forward and being the aggressor.
I would like to see her sprinkle in some offense, though, in significant striking at range.
I would as well. When she's on the inside, she can certainly let her hands work.
Kirsten called Lil Kymchii warm up for her MMA fights. I imagine in those bouts, it's a lot of grappling from Kirsten.
Yeah, absolutely, and I'm sure that's come into play as far as her training goes.
Nice parry there from Lil Kymchii. Good movement to try and avoid that right hand. There's some connections from Lil Kymchii.
There is some connections from Lil Kymchii. She's starting to really get into the feel of this fight.
Kirsten got some good strikes to the left thigh of Lil Kymchii. Quite damaging to close out that second frame. Now, admittedly, this has got to be a pretty frustrating fight through 2 rounds for both females.
It does, and it's a bit of a clash of styles, and that can happen when you have 2 fighters who do have an unorthodox style and are a bit green in the boxing department. Kirsten, a mixed martial artist, Kymchii, 1 career fight, had to take a prolonged break from the sport of boxing due to having a child, which I'm sure isn't easy.
But absolutely gives her all the motivation in the world to close this 3rd and final round strong.
Absolutely gives her all, and I've been impressed by all the ladies here tonight. They've all shown a lot of heart, a lot of determination.
Kirsten first off the stool ahead of these final few moments. Lil Kymchii taking some deep breaths, hands on the legs.
Kirsten was up and ready off that stool, perhaps a bit of psychology at play, showing I'm not tired, I'm in this fight.
Referee giving some more instructions in there ahead of this 3rd round. We'll see who wants it more.
The feeling out process was short-lived as they flashed together after about 5 seconds.
Well, it's interesting because with how much of this fight has taken place in the pocket and in the clinch, I don't even know if they've really felt each other out.
No, not quite. They have just
haven't had a chance to.
As soon as we get a break.
And it'll be interesting from a judging perspective what is valued and what is weighed more heavily, right? I mean, when you think about these clinching entries from Kirsten, it's not like she's doing any damage. It's not like there's significant striking in those moments.
But she's not. She landed her right hand there, but she is rough. She's putting her gloves over Kymchii's mouth there. She lands another right hand.
And this is a big statement. Lil Kymchii fought on a KSI card. Kirsten out muscling her and showing the physicality. It's pretty impressive as they go through the ropes again.
It is, but how do you score that in a boxing match where she takes her down out of the ring? Certainly gets a point in the ring generalship department, but as far as effective aggression, in terms of actually landing punches, not as much in that department.
The crowd is trying to bring the energy back into Lil Kymchii, but she is beyond frustrated here.
It's understandable.
Swinging and grappling, we continue to go. Kymchii pushing Kirsten off, but walks right into the clinch again.
Kirsten landing a few punches there before another clinch.
I think there is a justifiable criticism of Kirsten because this is just uneducated clinching and running into the pocket and holding your opponent.
It is. I would agree with that. In terms of a professional boxing match, you may see a point off, but she's new to the sport.
Yep, he's taking a point. He is taking a point, which now creates a further intriguing conversation about the scoring.
It does, absolutely, especially in a 3-round fight.
Kirsten rushes across the ring. Unshockingly, we have another grappling, clinching scenario.
Yeah, but Kirsten is letting her hands work here more than previous, which is what she needs to keep on doing.
Kymchii reverses, but cannot find herself out of the octopus-like grip from Kirsten. Final 10 seconds. We head back into the trenches.
There's some strikes. Another clinch for both ladies letting their hands work, and that is the final bell. It'll be interesting to see how our judges scored that one with the point deduction.